What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk to you about the movie Halloween Ends. So, a couple things about this movie, first of all. The way that they advertise it is it's the last stand between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. Now, while part of that is in this movie, that is not what we get. Okay, first of all, this is how they describe the movie. Okay, this is Laurie Strode's last stand. After 45 years, the most acclaimed, revered horror franchise in film history reaches its epic, terrifying conclusion as Laurie Strode faces off for the last time against the embodiment of evil, Michael Myers. In a final confrontation unlike any captured on screen before, only one of them will survive. That's how they advertise this movie. I'm not lying when I say that that's only like 10 minutes of this movie. The actual story that we get is a love story between this one kid, Corey, and Laurie Strode's granddaughter. Basically, Corey is accused of murdering a child while he is babysitting him, and then there's like this mentality that, oh, it's the people that are around him that turn Corey like into evil. Essentially, that is what they are going for with this. Like, this is not the movie I came to see. I came to see Laurie Strode getting all, commandoed up and going after Michael Myers and taking him on. No. It's not the movie we got. So, I feel like this movie wouldn't have actually been bad if the whole Corey and Laurie's grandmother had been kind of like a completely different movie. The reason I'm disappointed with this is just the fact that that's not the movie they were advertising. And so it was very disappointing to me. If this had been a completely separate movie, I feel like it would have worked a lot better. And I might have been more satisfied with how it went. But no, I'm not. I'm not satisfied. I'm very disappointed. I wanted to go in there and see Michael Myers kill a bunch of people, Laurie Strode gearing up and going after him one final time. So, I'm not really sure what exactly they were going for with this movie. If they were trying to tell it as society is what turns people into villains, or if this was supposed to be more like a passing of the torch kind of movie, where this kid essentially wants to become Michael Myers, I guess, and he wants to learn what he's done. Like I said, the movie was very confusing in parts, and I was having a hard time trying to figure out what exactly they were going for. Honestly, it felt like two completely different movies were put together. They had the love story of Corey and Laurie Strode's granddaughter, and then they also had Corey's story about becoming the killer, but then they also had Laurie's battle with Michael Myers kind of spliced in there. And Laurie doesn't trust this kid because she sees the same evil and hatred in him that she saw in Michael. And so that's why she doesn't want her granddaughter, and him to be together.
What?
Yeah. I didn't understand it either. I was very, very confused. But overall, I was just very disappointed with this movie. I have never left a theater more disappointed. Actually, that's not true. I did leave one movie more disappointed than this when it comes to epic conclusions. Overall, I was just disappointed with this movie. Nothing about it was very great, I feel. I feel like if the whole Corey story and Laurie's granddaughter had been something separate, like if this movie had been titled The Makings of a Killer, sure, I probably would have been down for that. But they're advertising it as the final battle between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. That is not what we got. So, there was something that I was actually satisfied with, and that is with the murders. And Halloween has always managed to at least satisfy me with those. And here I was happy. Like, the death scenes were epic, you know, they were gruesome. There was one unfortunate death in there, but overall, it was great. And then, obviously, Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode, 100% the standout in this. Like, she's still badass, especially one scene where she's confronting Corey. Oh, I actually loved that scene. So, for the most part, this movie was a disappointment, but I did enjoy a couple of things. And Corey actually didn't do too bad of a job in this movie as well. I just feel like the material that he was given just didn't work. So, one other thing, though, apparently they also released this movie available for streaming on Peacock. And that to me is always a bad sign. Whenever a movie is released both for streaming and in theaters, that the studio just doesn't have any faith in the movie, and they're just like, okay, we're pretty sure that once the critics get a hold of this, nobody's going to want to go and see this movie. So we're going to release it also for streaming so we can get some money. That's my mentality of this. Whenever I see that somebody has released the movie for available in theaters and for streaming, is that they just have no faith in this movie. And I kind of see why. So, ultimately, if you got Peacock, go ahead, stream it, I guess. But for me, this movie's just garbage.
Try!
It is. I didn't care for it. I left very dissatisfied, and overall, I feel like the movie just could have been better, like, giving us an actual conclusion. I'm, from now on, just going to think that the 2018 movie, where Michael gets trapped underneath and burned, that's the conclusion. That was way more epic, and honestly left me more satisfied. I was okay with that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Down in the comments, let me know what you thought of this movie. Did you enjoy it? What were some parts that you liked? Do you think that this would have worked better if it would have been like a separate movie? And also, what did you think of the final battle at the end? Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!